Now what?
It's just one more small adjustment. Oh, yeah. Exquisite. Don't move, Sally.
Next time I'm going to charge by the inch.
Don't smile. You've got to imagine you're really working. Oh, yeah. Now that's perfect. Just perfect.
What the hell are you doing?
I'm getting my picture taken. What does it look like?
With your clothes half off?
With my clothes half on.
Here, what do you mean barging in here?
You put your hands on me, you filthy little degenerate. I'll bash his face in.
Don't you touch him. I get paid good money for this Bill Owens, and I'm sure as hell not giving it up on your account.
You'll do what I tell you to do.
Get out! You get out of here right now. Get out. That goes for my home, too. Find somebody else to keep you.
If anything happens to her, I'll kill you. You hear me? I'll kill you.
Sally, that anger, that's perfect. Yes, that's very good. You're very, very angry now. Don't lose that expression, whatever you do. Hold it.
Good morning, Mrs. Beecham.
Good morning, Mr. Henderson. Henry's in the dark room.
Are you sure? I've been knocking on the door.
I saw him go in last night. He's probably sleeping.
Well, I made enough noise to wake the dead.
Oh, wait. I'll get my shawl and come with you. Henry, it's Estelle.
Mr. Beecham!
Break the door down. There might be something wrong.
Just about given you up, Sergeant Bailey.
You didn't have to get here by bicycle, Dr. Von Dorn.
Not that your remarkable talents are going to be put to much use. It was his heart.
Excuse me. I'm looking for Mr. Henry Beecham. I have an appointment at 10 a.m.
I'd recognize that voice anywhere.
Oh, Dan.
This is a surprise.
I was going to call in on you later. How are you?
Good. Fine, thank you. You?
Oh, fine. I'll be a lot better when this portrait nonsense is out of the way.
Portrait?
Oh, well, it's not my idea, of course. Premier Mort, something to do with the police archives, eh?
Well, I'm afraid they're going to have to wait.
Huh?
Beecham's dead.
Oh, that's why they're hanging about there, eh?
Mr. Henderson, his assistant here, broke down the door and found him as cold as a mackerel.
And the door is locked?
Yes, on the inside.
There's no other entrance?
Not unless you're a field mouse.
Eh?
Sealed up tighter than the drum it is. It has to be dark for the photography.
I'll just take a look. Yeah?
Doctor, Inspector Cameron, Dr. Von Dorn, our coroner.
How do you do?
Heard a lot about you. Alistair's here to have his picture taken. I know how much enthusiasm you have. Heart failure, plain and simple. For a moment I thought you turned this thing into something it is not.
Heart failure, you say?
While he was working. Not of much interest to you, I'm sure.
I wonder if I could have a word with that assistant chap.
Henderson? What on earth for?
Only be a minute. Mr. Henderson, could I trouble you for a moment? What do you suppose Mr. Beecham would have been doing?
He would have been developing some negatives, I imagine.
Over there?
That's right.
What's this?
It's a fixing tray.
No, this.
It's a negative. Mr. Beecham must have dropped it when it happened.
It?
His attack.
Oh, if indeed that's what it was.
It was, I can assure you.
Did you notice something odd?
Henry took some rather peculiar pictures, Inspector.
No. I meant this dark streak. What would cause that?
I'm not sure. Streak of light? Maybe.
Ah, but you don't think so?
Or a leak in the camera back or the negative holder. But Henry was always too careful for that.
A light in the dark room, then?
There's only a safety lamp in here.
The dark room door opening?
That wouldn't have affected it either. When I broke it down this morning, it was already in the fixing tray.
If there's nothing else, I must go. I still have my rounds to attend to.
Just one thing, Doctor. Oh, excuse me. The approximate time of death?
It's in my report. Sometimes between 9 last night and 3 o'clock this morning.
When do you expect to have the results of the post-mortem?
I told you already how he died.
Surely, in a case like this, I expect something a bit more thorough.
In cases like what? A man dies alone in a room locked from the inside. He has all the symptoms of heart failure. Look at him yourself if you don't believe me. There's not much point in wasting time to prove something I already know.
There are a few questions I would like answered, and I think a post-mortem would help.
I made my position already clear. Inspector?
Well, I'll go and see if I can talk him into it.
Yeah, do that. Yeah, if anything important pops up, I'll call round at the station. In the meantime, until we've completed our inquiries, I'd like this room left exactly as it is.
Well, that's out of the question, Inspector.
I beg your pardon?
This isn't the most prosperous business in the world.
Oh.
What's Estelle going to do for... What's Mrs. Beecham going to do for money?
Well, if she isn't too overwrought, perhaps she can answer that question herself. Huh?
My husband was a dedicated man, Inspector. He often worked the night through.
It wasn't unusual, then?
No. I'm bound to catch up with him in the end. It's my fault. I should have insisted he take things easy.
Oh, I'm sure you've nothing to blame yourself for, Mrs. Beecham. One thing I am curious about, though. Earlier, Mr. Henderson, you made comment about the work that Mr. Beecham was involved in.
You had no right. My husband was a fine man, Inspector.
I wasn't suggesting otherwise, Mrs. Beecham.
Sorry, Inspector. I didn't mean to be rude. It's just that... I think I'd better rest now. Would you excuse me?
That wasn't fair, Inspector.
I beg your pardon?
You didn't know her husband.
Suppose you tell me about him.
And I suppose he was all right on the surface, but he had these rather strange ideas.
Strange? Why don't you get to the point, Mr. Henderson?
He liked to photograph women, Inspector, working women in their natural environment.
What's wrong with that?
Well, perhaps I best show you. They're in his studio. He thought that, I don't know what he thought. He said something about them being the perfect embodiment of feminine beauty.
Oh, yeah?
Imagine. Anyway, most of their husbands didn't like their posing. And with people like that, there's no telling what they might do.
Is he hired to do them?
No, he paid them. Waste of good money, if you ask me.
Mrs. Beecham didn't care for it, I take it.
Mrs. Beecham is a lady, Inspector. Now, you put yourself in her place. Your husband considered these the epitome of feminine beauty. How would you feel?
When done here.
As I said earlier, he preferred the natural setting.
Was that what he was doing last night?
Yes. He was photographing a girl named Sally Shepherd. That's peculiar.
What's peculiar?
Well, it looks like the upholstery section of the rail car factory.
I'm sorry?
I'd have thought that was the last place Henry would have gone.
Why?
Well, Stanley Hollis, the owner, used to be our best customer. And suddenly, 3 weeks ago, he canceled our contract.
What was his reason? Was he dissatisfied with your work?
Henry didn't say. Just that I'd have to go and that Mrs. Beecham would take over in the darkroom.
3 weeks ago, eh?
Later, though, he had a change of heart. We didn't get the contract back, but suddenly Henry was a lot more cheerful.
Stanley Shepherd?
That's right.
I'm Inspector Cameron, the Provincial Detective.
What can I do for you?
Henry Beecham? I'm investigating his death. He was found in his darkroom this morning.
What did he die of?
The coroner thinks it was heart failure.
Poor Estelle.
Oh, you know her?
Of course, before she went to work for Beecham, she was Mr. Hollis' secretary.
Oh. You know why she left?
More money, better prospects, then one thing led to another. You know how it is.
Oh.
The devil are you coming in here and disrupting my workers? Call the police, Miller.
I am the police. Inspector Cameron?
Oh, my name is Hollis, and I happen to own this factory. You should have gone through the proper channels. Don't have people waltzing in here and holding up production when they feel like it.
How can we be of assistance, Mr. Cameron?
Inspector Cameron.
Samuel Miller. No, Mr. Hollis' secretary.
I'm investigating the death of Henry Beecham.
Beecham didn't know he was dead.
Yeah, it happened last night.
Well, that's very unfortunate, but how does it concern my girls?
Oh, you didn't know he was working here last night?
Indeed,
Of
we
course
did.
not.
Oh, well, which is it?
Both, Inspector. He was here without permission. Had we not happened to drop by, we would never have known. He was involved with a brawl with some thug.
He isn't a thug.
The thug threatened to kill him.
Oh, dear. Did you try to prevent it?
Well, we went to fetch the guard. Unfortunately, by the time we found him, they had all disappeared.
I understand that Beecham was in your employment at one time.
Yes.
And you dismissed him. Why?
Do we have to go into all this here?
Why don't we go to Mr. Hollis's car?
It's on a siding outside.
Oh. We can talk far more comfortably there and in private.
I have a few more questions for Miss Shepherd.
In a few minutes, then, the foreman will show you where to find us.
All right.
It wasn't a fight. Billy never did like Beecham much. He just got a little carried away, that's all.
Billy?
Bill Owens. He's out of work and he drinks more than he should, but he wouldn't hurt anybody. Why, it was worrying about a friend of mine that put him off Beecham in the first place.
One of the other girls here?
No, Carrie.
Carrie?
Carrie Ellis. She used to work here. She posed for Beecham, too, which is when all the trouble started. A few days after, she takes off without a word to anyone, and Billy thinks Beecham had something to do with it.
Oh.
But I know different.
Would you mind letting me in on a secret?
Well, she was always full of big ideas, and after she had the photos taken, it got worse. Started to go on about the fancy clothes she was going to have, jewels and things. And I think she will. She's met a swell, and that's who she's skedaddled with.
Have you any idea who it might be?
No.
Then how'd you know she skedaddled?
Well, I checked with her landlady, and she said she'd had a message asking her to ship all her stuff to Toronto. Only, I can't understand why she'd leave without telling me.
Why not?
Oh, it's funny. We were such good friends.
Come in, Inspector.
Sure.
Mr. Hollis will be with you in a moment. Please, make yourself comfortable.
Thank you for coming, Inspector. And my apologies for that little episode just now. I do sometimes let my temper get the better of me.
It's perfectly understandable.
Please sit down.
Oh, thank you.
I've been hearing something of your reputation.
Oh?
Miller tells me you're quite a detective.
Oh. A bit of a man, thank you.
Why your interest in Beecham's death? Miller tells me that it was his heart.
He seems very well informed.
That's part of his job. You're not going to answer my question, are you?
Did Beecham take all of these photographs?
Yes, most of them.
That one in particular is excellent.
Oh, he knew his job, certainly.
And yet you dismissed him. Why?
Well, I really had no choice. I demand a very high standard from my employees, a standard of morals. And he was, well, he was photographing the girls in the factory at night and in a way that no decent person could possibly approve.
How did you find out? Who told you?
I really don't remember. One of my employees, Miller, probably. I miss Beecham, though. It was easy to replace him for the ordinary day-to-day technical work, but work like this. Never been able to find anybody who could capture the feeling of an engine the way that Beecham could.
You have no talent for the camera yourself.
Inspector, I hire photographers. I don't do their work.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, what?
Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt, but your dinner engagement. It's time for you to dress.
What is that time already? Yes, you're right. Oh, I'm sorry, Inspector. You'll have to excuse me.
I quite understand. Perhaps we continue tomorrow sometime, eh?
Give Miller a call. He's aware of my movements.
I will indeed.
See the inspector out, will you, Miller?
I understand you've requested that the Beecham darkroom remain closed for the present.
That's right.
Can you tell me when it might be back in operation?
Oh, expect in a few days. Why do you ask?
Oh, some of our materials are still in there. Patent application photos, that sort of thing. Nothing urgent. A few days should be fine.
You'll be kept informed. Why the devil didn't you contact me last night?
Frankly, Inspector, I didn't feel up to very much last night.
And it was late. We didn't want to disturb you.
I don't see what difference it makes.
Lots of time always makes a difference to an investigation.
When you think this is related to what happened to Henry?
No question about it. A man dies in this room and less than 24 hours later another man is attacked here and the room vandalized. It could hardly be a coincidence.
Perhaps I surprised the thief, Inspector. Someone might have heard that Henry was dead and thought the dark room would be empty.
Yes, that raises an interesting question, Mr. Henderson. What brought you here? I explicitly asked for this room not to be disturbed.
Well, I came to make some prints. Apart from your sitting, we're behind in our other orders, and I knew that Mrs. Beecham needed the money, and I didn't see what harm it would
I don't know much about photography, but surely prints are made by exposure to sunlight.
Oh, yes, they are. But I was going to pick up the negatives and do the work at my place.
Oh. You have a dark room then, huh?
Small one, yes.
Yeah. Well, did you find what you're looking for?
No, I didn't. Doesn't look as though I will either.
No.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Beecham.
It's not your fault, Mr. Henderson. Thank you for trying to help.
If I'd been faster, I might have stopped them.
Yeah, this happened before you got here.
Think so? It all happened so fast.
If it was just a petty thief, what do you suppose he was after?
Come to think of it, there really isn't very much worth the effort.
Whatever it was, I wish he hadn't been so careless about it.
On the contrary, he was very careful. Hello, Dan. Well, look about for yourself. There isn't one unbroken negative here.
You think that someone is trying to ruin Mrs. Beecham, Inspector?
Can you think of anybody who would profit by this, Mrs. Beecham?
No, it's not possible. Why would anyone?
What is it, Mrs. Beecham?
It could be these he was after. They were... I happened to see my husband open this one day when he didn't know I was watching. Later, I'm ashamed to say I looked in. I thought of destroying them myself when Henry died. They belonged to him and they were private. I had hoped to keep them that way.
This one as well?
That's one of Henry's photos for Mr. Hollis.
Looks like the undercarriage of a rail car. Henry only kept the nudes in there. Must have gotten in by mistake.
Oh, you knew about this too, Henderson, eh?
Yes, I would have said something. I was waiting for a more appropriate moment. I didn't realize that Mrs. Beecham already knew about this.
There's something else here.
Either of you recognize her?
Never saw her before.
It's hard to tell. The face looks familiar.
The upholstery factory, perhaps?
Of course. Carrie something.
Ellis?
or other.
Carrie Ellis?
I don't think I remember her last name.
Who's Carrie Ellis?
She's a girl at the upholstery factory. She disappeared after Beecham took a photograph. These could be important. I'd like you to make a print of each one of them. Can you do that at your place?
Yes, I can.
And as soon as possible, eh? The Sergeant Bailey will cover the costs.
Alistair?
Oh, has Von Dorn done the post-mortem?
No, he still maintains it's unnecessary.
Oh, well, send the body to Toronto. Chisholm will do it.
Well, I suppose I'm going to have to pay for that, too.
Yes, that's Carrie.
You're positive?
I wonder where she got that hat. Paris, by the look of it.
Paris, Ontario. Who took it? Is it one of the ones Beecham took before she disappeared?
Not wearing a hat like that, he wouldn't have allowed it. Besides, she's not posed properly. She's posed at all. He's very particular about that. Make you fidget around for an hour, he would. Never anything kind of natural, like she is here.
Perhaps she hired him then.
Carrie?
Well, take the kind of picture she wanted.
What for? And pay him? Why would she do a thing like that?
Good question.
No, that's quite all right, Inspector. Mr. Hollis has had a busy schedule. I doubt he would have been able to spare the time anyway. Yes. Yes, I'm sure that would be convenient. Perhaps you'd care to dine with us. Mr. Hollis made the suggestion earlier this afternoon. Fine. We'll look forward to it.
What's he going to Toronto for?
He didn't say.
You mentioned dinner.
Excellent way to find out, I thought.
What's taking you so long?
Long. As you well know, autopsies are sometimes conducted over a period of days, certainly not in a few hours, and definitely not in the middle of the night.
Well, it's morning now.
That hadn't escaped me. If I weren't so intrigued by this, I'd call the whole thing off and have some breakfast.
Intrigued?
For one thing, the heart is sound, but he looks as if he'd died of heart failure. Now, that usually means cyanide, but in his stomach there is not a trace.
Which means?
I'm not sure, but cyanide is certainly involved. There's a high concentration in the bloodstream.
How'd it get there?
Well, that's your department. But not through the stomach, I'm sure of that. Possibly some kind of dart.
No, the darkroom door was bolted on the inside.
Darkroom? He was a photographer. Oh, that would explain the stains on the hands.
Could he have been poisoned and bolted the door after?
No, highly unlikely. With such a massive dose, he wouldn't have lasted long enough. Some photographers do use cyanide, potassium cyanide. I remember a photographer who killed himself drinking something of that sort.
Are you suggesting it was suicide?
If it was a highly novel form. Remember, there was no poison in the stomach.
I think it was murder, then.
I do, and I'm very curious to know how it was done.
Well, you might have put me on the right track.
As I invariably do.
Have you still got those excellent books on photography?
Yes, there should be one or two here somewhere.
Good.
Oh, answer that for me, would you?
Oh, Striker.
Good morning, Inspector. Well, they were never picked up. They're at the station just like you said they'd be. Weighs a ton. Who is this Harry Ellis, anyway?
Oh, just the name that keeps cropping up. This may tell me something.
Well, there's another trunk outside. I'll get it.
Here we are. This should be just what you need. It's first rate on the technical side with a smattering of history.
Just what the doctor ordered, eh?
Morning, Sergeant Stryker.
Dr. Chisholm? That one's empty.
I had noticed.
She must be wearing it, eh?
These powers of deduction go from strength to strength.
That's decidedly odd.
What is?
Contrast in clothing. These are cheap and of poor quality, but this... And this, obviously, more expensive, huh? Sally may have been right.
Eh?
Carrie Ellis. Yes, I think she found herself a swell. Pack these up again, will you? The grouse was superb and the souffle perfection. My compliments to the chef.
Glad you enjoyed it.
And almost impossible to prepare in what must be a very small kitchen.
Oh, small indeed, Inspector, but I can assure you absolutely first rate. You must remember this is my home. I do still have a house in town, but I haven't lived there for, since my wife died some 10 years ago. I'm more comfortable here.
Yes.
I was thinking about what you said earlier, Inspector.
Oh, the fact that Beecham may well have been murdered, you mean?
If the door to the dark room was bolted on the inside, then I fail to see how anyone could give him a dose of cyanide, leave, and yet, somehow or other, manage to bolt the door again.
It's one of the more intriguing aspects of the case, I must admit.
He had to have taken it himself.
I agree with Miller. After all, Beecham was a surly, awkward kind of a person, a tendency to perversion. I can't think of a better candidate for suicide.
In a dark room in the middle of developing a negative?
Oh, impulse, Inspector. I mean, a man like that doesn't plan ahead. The cyanide was there and he used it.
Oh, you think Beecham used cyanide in his dark room then?
Well, you did say that it was cyanide that killed him, didn't you?
Yes, but it's not all that common. I've been reading up on the subject. Some photographers use it, but most use hypersulfate of soda.
Inspector, if he killed himself in the dark room with cyanide, it stands to reason the cyanide was there.
If he killed himself.
It seems to me that's an inescapable conclusion.
If he wanted to kill himself and the cyanide was available, why not just swallow it down? Yet, as I told you, there was no cyanide in the stomach. Suicides are seldom inventive, especially impulsive ones. Whereas murderers are astonishingly clever. At least they think they are, eh? Ah, you brought the things I asked for.
And I wish I knew what they're for.
I want you to demonstrate something for me. The negative developing process. In exactly the same way Beecham would have done it the night he died.
Very well. Well, first, there's the developing process. He'd have poured the developer from this bottle over the plate, always carefully and evenly to avoid spotting.
We've got an exposed plate?
Yes.
Get on with it.
You actually want me to develop it?
Well, there's no reason why we shouldn't, is there?
No. Just take some time, that's all. All right, could you light that lamp, please?
Want to draw the blank?
Good, please.
What kind of fix did he use?
The negatives, potassium cyanide. Never much liked the stuff myself.
Why not?
The smell.
Oh.
It's awful. He thought it was worth it, though. Felt it gave a sharper image.
Well, let's see, shall we?
All right. The developer.
Is that autogallic acid?
Yes, it is. Didn't know you were interested in photography.
I've been doing my homework. How's it?
Actually, it's a trifle underexposed. I think if I were doing it for a customer, I'd be tempted to take another one.
Suits my purposes admirably.
All right. Now for the wash.
Wash.
That should do just fine. Now the fix.
Oh, you're skipping the intensifier.
Well, you have been reading up on this, Inspector.
Uh-huh.
And you're right. Ordinarily, I would, but you want me to do it the way Beecham did it, and he never used an intensifier.
Oh.
Don't know why. Matter of taste, I suppose.
You and Beecham seem to have had very different tastes in your work.
I suppose so. This, of course, is the cyanide.
Of course.
You're 20 minutes late.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. But I had to wait on that rail car all night. The morgue didn't open till 10 this morning.
That's all right. If you'd been in time, you'd have been there. We'd all been dead. On the far wall, you'll find a negative in a tray. Bring the negative here and the flask that's beside it. You all right, Henderson?
I think so, yeah.
What happened? The same has happened to Beecham. Strike out.
Thanks, sir.
Familiar?
Oh, similar to the one that Henry was working on. Sulfuric acid.
It was murder.
Could you explain this to me, sir?
Someone switched the chemicals on Beecham, eh? And then filled up the flask with sulfuric acid. Now, the mixture of potassium cyanide and sulfuric acid creates
a deadly gas?
A deadly gas.
So, whoever it is knows a lot about chemistry.
or photography. Yes. The victim is found dead in a locked room. Everyone assumes that he died of natural causes. All the murderer had to do was to return sometime later and dispose of the acid.
I think that's what he was doing the night he attacked me.
I'd say it was part of it. Assuming, of course, that you did surprise someone.
What are you suggesting?
I'm not suggesting anything, Anderson. Merely speculating.
You knew what was in that bottle right off.
Well, anyone can recognize the smell of sulfuric acid. And anyway, you're forgetting what happened in there just now. Would I have put myself through all that, knowing what was about to happen?
Risk was minimal. All you had to do was hold your breath and walk out when I was unconscious.
But why? What reason would I have to kill Beecham?
Mrs. Beecham is a very attractive woman.
How dare you bring Mrs. Beecham into this?
Did you bring those prints I asked you to make?
They're in the dark room. Inspector, if you're going to arrest me, you might
that's
just...
not my intention at all, at least not for present.
Inspector, I'll go first.
Take that tray out and dump it. Have you brought those prints I asked for?
Yes, they're here.
Sepia. Well, the other one, the rail car.
It wasn't part of the same series. I didn't think you'd want it.
I told you to print the lot. Where is it? The negative.
I left it at home.
If you didn't intend to print it, why did you leave it there?
I didn't bother to sift through it. It must have,
I expect to print back here in an hour.
It'll take 2 hours at least by the time I get
In
home.
an hour, is that understood?
Inspector, you can't order me about.
Don't make things worse, Henderson. I'll leave these.
Well, they're evidence.
Well, they'll be safe enough. Find Bailey and tell him it wasn't Bill Owens and meet me back here in an hour.
Very artistic.
Your husband didn't die of heart failure, Mrs. Beecham. He was murdered.
Why? Henry never hurt anyone in his life. I realize that in some people's eyes he was a callous man, but he wasn't like that at all. Those photographs meant so much to him. More than I did, I sometimes used to think.
Oh, why'd you say that?
He was as kind to me as he could possibly be. He gave me much more than I deserved. I was miserable until I met him, Inspector. All the happiness I've ever known, he gave me. If I was sometimes lonely, it was well worth the price.
Well, thank you, Mr. Beecham. Oh, just one thing. How did your husband get on with Mr. Henderson?
Well enough. There were some difficulties when Henry lost the contract with Mr. Hollis, but that didn't last for long.
Thank you.
Sorry to intrude like this, but I must talk to you.
What's wrong, Mr. Henderson?
Estelle, I didn't want to have to rush this, but I haven't any choice. I've always been very fond of you. You know that. I want you to come away with me.
Are you serious?
Never been more serious in my life. I want to marry you.
I want to hear another word.
Don't you see, I haven't any choice. Things are moving too fast. If we don't act quickly, it'll be too late.
I don't know what you're talking about, and I don't want to know.
Estelle, don't do this. We can go away together anywhere we want. I'll be a rich man.
Leave this house immediately.
It's no good pretending you loved him. I know you didn't. How could you? I have eyes. I could see how you felt. I know I wasn't good enough for you, but now I can afford to treat you as you deserve.
Get
I
out
can
of my
take you
house
any...
this minute. Get out.
Estelle, don't.
Get out.
Your friend, Carrie Ellis. Try to remember, if you can, the last time you saw her.
It was Monday.
You don't remember the date, I suppose?
No.
No.
It was a few days after Beecham took her picture. It was the Tuesday.
Tuesday.
I know, it was Halloween.
You sure?
Positive.
Yeah. I thought those would be safe here. No, I'm not so sure.
Oh, well, I thought I might see something.
Yes, indeed.
I mean a clue.
Excuse me, Inspector.
Ah, Mrs. Beecham. This is my assistant, Sergeant Stryker.
Are you looking for Mr. Henderson?
He should be here any second now.
I don't think so.
What do you mean? What's happened, Mrs. Beecham?
Shortly after you left, he came to see me. I feel rather badly about it now, but I had to ask him to leave. I suppose it's the strain he's been under, all the worrying about the business.
Where did he go, do you know?
Home, probably.
Do you have his address?
Oh, I do, sir.
Oh.
Surely you don't think Mr. Henderson had anything?
I think Mr. Henderson has something I want very badly. Can you make out what that scratching is in the corner?
It looks like a date, but I wouldn't swear to it.
Must be a print. Must be a print around here somewhere.
Who'd be interested in a picture of a rail car?
I would for once, so get on with it. This thing, Mrs. Carey. Has Henderson been using it lately?
Just the other day. Strange contraption. He had it up there on the roof.
Of course.
What is it?
It's a solar camera used for making prints larger. We're looking for a print as big as the back of that.
Well, it's not in there.
Inspector.
Well, at least I can make out the date. November the 1st of this year. Yes, the day after Carey Ellis was last seen.
I wonder why he cut this bit out.
There was a girl there, a girl with a hat.
Carey Ellis?
But there must be something else.
What?
I'll need another print.
Oh, why don't we make it here?
Can you do it?
No, sir.
No. I'll go back to Mrs. Beecham's and get one made there.
Shall I come with you?
No, not now. Find Bailey and tell him to start looking for Henderson, and then meet me at Mrs. Beecham's. If you don't mind, I'd like to do it myself. It's not too difficult, eh?
It's really quite simple, Inspector. But I don't understand what you expect to find.
A motive for murder. Have you printing paper available?
Albumin. First you'll have to sensitize it, so we'll have to darken the room.
Oh.
It's in the box there. This is the bath.
In there?
Mm-hmm.
How long?
Just until it's saturated.
When Henderson visited you this morning...
I told you, Inspector, he wasn't himself. That should be enough now.
Now it has to dry, correct?
Well, we can blot it if you're in a hurry.
I am rather.
A few seconds and it should be ready for the frame.
He proposed marriage. That was it, wasn't it?
You're a persistent man. Yes. Naturally, I refused.
Naturally. You say anything else?
Nothing that can be taken seriously.
What?
It's all a lot of nonsense, really. Something about our going away together and how rich he was going to be.
I think he meant that very seriously indeed. Is that dry enough?
How is he going to become a rich man?
Yeah. This is the printing frame, I assume. Goes in here?
The negative first.
Oh, the negative. Of course. There we are. This bit here?
Yeah.
Crouch down. Now we go outside?
Yeah.
On this?
Yeah.
Now we wait?
You haven't answered my question.
I'm hoping this photograph will answer a lot of questions.
But you can leave that open.
What now?
Well, normally we tone it, but in this case I think we can go straight to the fixing bath. A few seconds here and we can take a look.
This one?
By the way, Inspector, you're sitting if it's convenient tomorrow at 10? We may well not be in business after that.
Well, if things go according to plan, tomorrow at 10 will be fine. Excuse me. I can't see.
Well, that should be sufficient.
Really? So, Henderson's going to be a rich man, is he? The fool. I hope there's still time.
For what? Where are you going?
Who's the meaning of this, Inspector?
I'm looking for Henderson. Where is he?
Henderson?
Yes, Beecham's assistant. Mr. Hollis knows him. He came here to blackmail you, didn't he?
Blackmail?
Does the name Carrie Ellis mean anything to you?
Damn you, Miller. I told you this wouldn't work.
Excuse me.
The inspector's going to see Mr. Hollis.
Huh. Was there any message for me?
No. He just took one look at that photograph and left in a great hurry.
Believe me, Inspector, it was an accident. I'd been seeing the girl, yes. Sometimes we'd meet here. It was stupid, but at first she seemed discreet. I bought her things, and then she wanted more. And then she thought she could force me to marry her by threatening to tell everybody. I lost my temper. I hit her. I didn't even hit her hard. But she fell. She hit her head. She fell over there.
And the body? Whereabouts?
I don't even remember. Ask Miller. He'd remember. It was his suggestion in the first place. He told me I'd hang if we didn't get rid of her.
And then Beecham came on the scene.
He knew the girl was missing and he had the photograph.
So you killed him too?
Not me, Miller. It was all Miller. He said we were partners from now on in everything. I'd never killed Beecham.
Sit down. Now we can relax a little. Stupid fool. Can't even keep your mouth shut, can you?
I assumed it was you that attacked Henderson.
It was him, that's right.
I was looking for the negative. We intended to buy all the train negatives from the widow after things had quietened down a little.
But then you came along and we were afraid you'd find it first.
Now, what did you hope to gain out of this?
Everything. He's working for me now. Aren't you, Hollis? You've no idea what it's like, Inspector. Working for a man like him. He's really very stupid. He doesn't deserve to be rich. But I don't mind letting him play at it. Sad, Inspector. But I'm afraid both you and Mr. Henderson are going to have to join Miss Ellis. There really doesn't seem to be any alternative. Get Henderson in here and bring that rope. Stop! Stop! In the name of Her Majesty!
How far do you think you'll get?
You think I haven't made plans? By the time you two are found, we'll be halfway across the border to South America.
You won't even get across the Canadian border. I will alert the police on both sides.
Give it up, Miller. Now, it's the only way.
It's the way to the gallows.
Even if by some miracle you do get through the police cordon, you'll be eliminated too.
I've had just about enough of you now. Tie him up!
That's enough.
Surrender in there. The train is surrounded.
All right, Striker. Come on in. Good luck, Striker. Where's Bailey and the rest?
Bailey? He's not here. He's still fishing.
Who's surrounding the train?
I am, sir. Or at least I was.
Thank you.
Did you get that, the fishmongers?
In the river. He didn't seem to need my assistance, so I went fishing.
Suppose you'd be telling me it's 15 pounds.
20 pounds. When Mrs. Beecham is finished with you, I was going to get her to photograph it for me.
20 pounds? There's just no justice in the world.
Now,